All right, there we go. All right, GM, geez Louise, what's going on, guys? How we feeling this morning? Turbo, I see you are joined up with us, still live in Vegas, man. I hope you had a great trip. I think you're going home today. I'm not quite sure, but I think unless you've assimilated and you are now a Las Vegas resident, you headed home today, right?
Yeah, man, this is it, bro. I'm so happy to be out of here. It's been a heck of a trip, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna tell you, it's way cheaper to go to these conventions by yourself. You know what I mean? I take a backpack. You know what I'm saying? I eat free food out of dumpsters. You can't do that when you got a companion. You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
I tried to get my girlfriend to eat out of a trash can. She was like, "I'm not eating that." I'm like, "Oh, you too good now." She's like, "I'm not eating out of the trash." I'm like, whatever, I'll get you fucking a $50 plate over here at McDonald's. I'm gonna eat this right out of the trash can.
Welcome to Vegas. I mean, that's just the way that it goes, man. Can't be.
How is that fair, man?
Well,
how can you go to McDonald's and they got a $1 menu everywhere else? Then when you on vacation, their $1 menu is a $10 menu. They want $4 for a hash brown.
That's crazy.
I'm like, what? Yeah, bro. But I'm gonna tell you, when we first got here, we went look at the price of shit. We're like, yo, just swipe it, just swipe it. You know, you get to the end of your vacation, you start looking at shit like, I don't have the ice cubes.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't do good in the casino.
Oh, so the slots, the Lady Luck, she didn't stick with us, huh?
You know, I think the Lady Luck thing is really just probably me finding a girlfriend that's attractive.
There you go.
So I should probably just, I just got to take the good with the bad.
Hey.
But no, man, we met lots of really dope people. We got I got some good guests lined up, bro. You know what I'm saying? That want to come in, kind of talk. Really excited about dot hip hop. So like we met the guy that like created the dot hip hop, and you can use that as like your crypto wallet, the dot hip hop. So I'll be Turbo Made dot hip hop, 74K dot hip hop. What was your rap name, Jay? Oh man, Seven. Do you remember what Jay's rap name was?
I don't.
Oh, sorry. We're just gonna get you. I'm so wet. Hip hop.
No.
Nope.
No.
Nope. No. It was something else, man. It was.
I want to buy that though.
It was a
good name. It was a good name. We should have wrote it down, but no, we're not getting him. I'm so wet right now about hip hop.
Yeah, no. Definitely not. Dot
yeah,
ETH. You gotta get that dot ETH.
Where can I send your payment to?
Dot ETH.
I'm so wet.
That's like when, right? That's when. Just wait until you're in like Target or something or wherever, because people are boycotting that for whatever reason. But just imagine being there and they're like, "Do you have a wallet name?" And instead of asking for your email and that's your name, you're like, "Well, I really don't want to say this out loud."
Can I write this? Can I write this on a piece of paper for you? Can I just write this down?
Can I get a pen and paper? Right, because they're gonna be like, "What is it?" They're like, can you just scan this QR code real quick? And as soon as it pops up, they're going to be like, what the fuck?
No, they're going to look at it and be like, you so nasty. All right, bro, I have to share my funny Vegas story though, right? So there was a man wearing a dress and he looked like he had tanned his whole life, like in the sun, in tanning beds. I mean, just completely leather skin, right? So the guy is just 100% leather skin. He's in a blue flower dress. And he's walking in front of us and he's like kind of trying to talk to us, but like he's talking to himself, but really it's like to us. And he's just like, I'm going to go up here and I'm going to go into this restaurant and I'm going to kill every man and every woman in there. Then I'm going to have dinner. And I was like, oh shit. What? And he's just like, keeps talking about how he's going to kill everybody. Right. And then he's just like, and then he starts talking to me and he was like, I've been on the run from the Mexicans for years. 159 soldiers came to Las Vegas and tried to kill me, and not one of them could take me down. Not even one. He's like, you can go ask your Mexican comrades. And I'm like, bro, I'm black. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even involved in this. And so, so then he's like, I have these sticky bombs left. So then he started like walking through traffic, like putting fake bombs on people's cars, right?
That's so
And then like making those blow up noise. It was hilarious, right? So we finally get away from him, right? In like 15, 20 minutes has passed. We go into this little like gift shop, and I'm standing there checking out, and I turn around and he takes it's that guy, and he's like taking 2 big steps, like his arms are swinging all the way. He stops at the doorway, does like a left face, and just stares me right in my eyes. I'm like, oh shit.
He found you.
So I'm like, yeah, bro. He comes in after me. I was like, oh my God. It was absolutely incredible. I wish I was on camera. I could show you, but that's my funny.
I'm sure
Vegas story.
I'm sure the store has security footage you could ask for.
Oh my God, babe, we should go get the camera. Oh, that'd be amazing.
Yo, GM, AI Love, how you doing this morning, man?
Peachy King, man. I'm beautiful, man. Just I'm a cross chain sort of guy, but my home chain is Cardano. It's just been a lot of turmoil over there, man. There's this gentleman. I've seen people say some ridiculous things. I've seen some racial context. I've seen some people talking about women. It's kind of like, I don't know, man. Like, I hate seeing that in space because it kind of like deflates you, and no one ever wants to talk. Like I told my friend, I said, man, when you have issues like this, everything else falls to the wayside because this is about the structure of Web3 and the conduct and what's appropriate and what's not appropriate. And if we just look over and glaze over certain issues and certain subjects, then what are we setting and building a narrative up to be? Women are minorities. I came in this place to help and support minorities.
Damn right.
People often misconstrue that, and they say, "Oh, well, minorities and African American." I'm like, no. Minorities are just a group of people who don't have as big of a voice or as big of inclusion inside a particular arena. Those are considered minorities. So the same way that I advocate for African Americans and Latins, same way I stick up for women in this space, and women are our most powerful warriors. They bring balance to all of our degeneracy, our male testosterone, right? They have great clarity and insight, and they're very nurturing and kind. And that love cannot be displaced in this space, for any means ever. So it's just really what's troubling. I've spoken, I'm like, okay, everybody wants to be about the money in Web3, and this is what is inherently wrong. Because let me just give y'all a fair warning. If you're about the money, the people who run this world, they got enough to swallow everybody up. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that should be the narrative that we help to onboard people to, right? Like, it's a capability of a software that you can do, because crypto is both a currency and a software, right? But highlighting that as just a particular arena of interest to come in, sure. If you have the wherewithal, you got the knowledge, the wisdom, the insight to trade, by all means. But let's also look at this for what it's designed to designed to do, and let's not extract away from that, and let's actually highlight and focus that on that. That's the way I take it in the space. But I'm just one individual with this mindset, right? And it's a decentralized environment. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. And I feel like you can say whatever you want to say, just keep it respectable.
Yeah.
Do you think? And so,
do you think the issues that you're seeing over there in the Cardano ecosystem, one, because the NFT scene, this is kind of a rookie season, right? This is its first build market. Cardano is a much smaller ecosystem, and so tempers definitely flare when things get bad. When prices continue to go down and down, and people, because it's their first time participating, didn't expect it, and was kind of hoping to to preserve whatever wealth that they had, or whatever value that they, and it just didn't go that way. That definitely causes a lot of stress and a lot of anger and a lot of fighting, and you just see this infighting in communities that I had maintained this position for a while, and you guys would understand that because the NFT scene had never seen a bear market or a build market, it was super positive the entire time. Now, knowing that we've been in a couple cycles in the crypto coin market, you could point back to every one of those, extended, the bottom of them. And then, as even you get into start to see price, actions get up, is that you see, the salt, the tempers, the fighting. I mean, it's like almost like comical how it's all the same. It's like, you've got the boxing matches, the people get into the beefs and then they talk about boxing matches, and then there's meme coins, and then there's further liquidity sucks, and then there's all sorts of, SEC stepping in saying some dumb shit, or usually, back in the day it was China bans Bitcoin, India bans Bitcoin, yeah, I've got a phone call in the middle of that. China bans Bitcoin or India bans Bitcoin, right? And then like it would just cause further issues and further, because the price would decline, so people would get more and more mad. And again, the salt levels on crypto Twitter at that time would just be insane, and capitulation like you're seeing right now. I mean, it's just, it's mirroring. But we know, just because of the timing of it, is that with the Bitcoin halving, coming into next year, we're going to be good. And so while we do understand that, hey, like I think like we got to make sure that we are absolutely respectful to everybody. Doesn't matter. That's the whole point of Web3. It's borderless. Doesn't matter who you are. Doesn't matter what you know or what you look like or what you are. It's Web3. Everybody has the same opportunity. And so like we just have to remember that. And once we get through this market cycle, I promise you, like all that shit, people have like 2-second memories. But at the same time, we gotta remember that we can't get shitty with each other just because we're down in our portfolio's.
Don't get shitty with anybody.
Period, don't get shitty
right?
with anybody. Period. That's a good point.
Here's the thing, right? Like our problem with the space is that is centered around money, right? And the people with the most amount of money can portray the illusions on how to get money. But there, this is what distorts everything in my eyes. It really is. And it's like, do we want to persist with the same narrative? Because an uninformed and uneducated investor is going to, they're going to come into the space, they're going to get wrecked, and then they're never going to trust what it is that we're doing over here. And it's going to prevent the projects that are actually here and the protocols and, the content creators such as yourselves. We need to be highlighting the people that are moving with integrity in the space. We need to extrapolate the fact that, this NFT is worth this price, or this token is worth this price, and let's really talk about what its real world impact is going to have and how it's going to change, and really start throwing support behind that as opposed to the money. But, as times increase, and this is the thing, we all talk about crypto, our next wave, our next dump is going to be, worse than the Terra Luna, right? Because it's going to hit people at a time where they're gonna inflate the market. That's just my take on it. They'll probably inflate the market once the ETF gets announced. It's gonna pump everybody's mindset into a certain particular direction of where the bull market is back. And once they get the little bit of money left in the retail, they're gonna shake us out and they're gonna dump it. Right now, who's gonna be able to sustain their assets once our crypto market is dumped and then our traditional finance market is dumped? Right, most people are
not the big group of retail, that's for sure.
Yeah, exactly, right. Like the people with the money are going to be fine. My uncle, when I was looking to onboard him in the crypto, and he was like, "Well, I see the technology." He's a chemical engineer. He said, "I see the technology, I see the opportunity and what it presents, but I can always buy my percentages back in." Right, and for those of us who may not be in that position and may not be that financially stable, we invest and we do it with the hopes of seeing a return, right? And also a hopes and belief in some of us in the technology and what it's capable of unlocking in the future. But what's going to happen to those people when the cost of living is now going ridiculous, right? The dollar is threatening to be depegged from oil. What is that going to do with the cost of shipping goods, right? Like and then how much of the people that are really here are going to be able to sustain that wave before they have to liquidate what they've accumulated just to survive, right? And that's the whole goal. The whole goal is to push out your everyday retail investor and force them into liquidation, drop the price of Bitcoin, pass the Bitcoin off to the wealthiest, right? And then pump the price of Bitcoin, because they if you see what they're doing, they're basically creating pieces on a chessboard just to liquidate the market. Right. They bought 6% of 5 different of the largest mining companies, right? They've already got a surplus of Bitcoin, and then now they're seeking an ETF approval. So it's all about numbers and projected forecasts. That's how investment works, right? Everybody wants to know, what am I going to see on my initial investment? It is in their greater interest to, one, dilute us, right? Force us into selling off of all of our assets of a technology that they know is going to be fundamental to the infrastructure of the future, right? Get us to sell all of our assets and then take the low price, entry point price, and then start pitching that to their, the money managers that they invest, right? And at that given point in time, they're in total control, and we lose our sovereignty. And sovereignty is a key, as I highlight, point of what makes this so unique. However, what happens when you give up sovereignty? Well, then you transition into slavery, right? Digital slavery. So this is a dual-edged sword. It can cut for a purpose, but it can also cut to kill.
It's the dodos. It's the dodos conundrum. Turbo, you got your hand up.
Sheesh. I'd say hold it up that long. No, I just wanted to end up. We use this word ecosystem all the time, but we don't take an account for what that means, right? When an ecosystem is being created, right? Like the chain of command, the chain of power has to be created. You know what I'm saying? And so like we are like I saw it in Crow, you know what I mean, in the Crow family. Like, bro, it became so tribal. Like if you weren't in that NFT project, you know what I'm saying, and you couldn't come to the space, you didn't have a voice, like you were just completely kicked out, like completely destroyed the entire ecosystem, right? And that was kind of like the first phase, right? Where everyone just tries to click into their groups as fast as they can and try to kill everything else around them, right? These other communities that have survived, the Cardano, right? We kind of seen, about a year ago, about the same time, that we were seeing the same kind of like issues in the spaces with the people, you know what I'm saying? So now we're kind of moving into phase two. We don't see it as much on ETH because the ecosystem is so large, right? But in these smaller pools, like I met with two guys from the AVAX community, and I was like, yeah, I don't really know too much about, what's going on over there. We'd like to have you guys come in, maybe talk about it. And they're just like, man, there's just so much turmoil in that ecosystem now. Everyone's feuding and fighting. And so it affects everything, right? But because ETH is so large, man, like, it's going to take longer for us to really see it, but it will come too if we don't band together now and begin. Like, bro, what you said yesterday, man, that shit fucking completely changed my life, bro. When you said it's not about, like being the ability to set goals, it's about the systems that you create to achieve those goals, man. That right there is so just profound. And it's the same thing in this moment that we're talking about right now, right? If we're going to all sit here and get on this horn and talk about the problems and the issues that we're seeing, you know what I'm saying, but we're not willing to get together and share knowledge and information, then it's just an echo chamber, man. We're not trying to fix anything. We're just setting a goal, right? It's time to start creating the systems to achieve these goals.
I love that. And Wingman, I want to get to you in 1 second. And that like ties perfectly into the theme of the day, right? Is, being able to, as I hate to say this, and it's so dumb, but you are early, you're here now, you're here before it all starts to pop off. And so, everybody who is invested in crypto is going to turn out to do pretty well. Like at some point, as long as you don't fumble the bag, which it happens, man. I've been wrecked, like I've been liquidated, things like that happen. Like the best thing you can do is mitigate your risk and
you build back.
Like you do what you can, right?
You build back.
Yeah. And so you're prepared for it, right? And then so now you've got some wealth. And I know that, before we get into the topic of the day, which is, what can you do, with if you have an abundance, or what can you do to give back to kind of, like what, the idea of Chain Labs, or, Duncan, we were talking about their project, how, they can give back to an environmental cause. So, at some point you can do that, but let's take a step back. And this will be a conversation for another day is, there's going to be other steps that are, the best practices to get you into that position in order to have that abundance of wealth, in order for you to give back, right? You're not gonna be able to just give back if you haven't set yourself up. So you just got to remember to set yourself up first. And that will be probably something we can talk about soon, because remember, the whole idea is that, we want to be starting having these conversations. We want to be prepared now. We just got to start being prepared now for, things that are going to happen next year. You can't wait until next year, because then you fumbled it. Wingman, GM fam, how are you, man? It's been a while.
Hey, man, yeah, it's been a while. That's why I haven't seen you or Turbo in a minute. I was on the space last night and I spotted you guys. So, of course, I followed you and coming in. And it just it feels good to come into these type of conversations that had a health risk. I actually had a heart attack. I've
Oh
been
shit.
down for a little while.
How
Yeah,
you feeling,
man.
man? You
So
doing
it's
all right?
important. I'm good. I mean,
Okay.
it just popped up out of nowhere. No sign, no symptom, no high blood pressure, none of that. So make sure you're taking care of yourself, guys. When we in this space and this, that, whatever, I'll eat that later or I'll do that later. And we realize 8 hours have went past and we doing stuff and we haven't even put nothing inside our body that we need. So make sure you do that. But touching on the aspect of when you were saying giving back and position yourself and this, that, whatever, a lot of time we never think how much of an education that getting wrecked, as you say, it is.
Mhm.
So if you don't have the finance right now or don't have the ETH or whatever you're in to give back to whatever that is, give that knowledge. Put your arms around people coming into the space and guide them into the direction that they need to go because it is so important. Yes, we are early, but if we don't band together and get a solid foundation to build, it don't matter how this gonna go. Eventually, you're right. Those big boys gonna come in and take everything away from them because we can't come together and unite. And you are absolutely right. And I definitely want to touch on if you don't have finances, if you don't have this, grab you somebody and bring them up to your level. And then if somebody see you doing that, they because it doesn't matter. You're right. Everybody have an equal playing field, but some of the equipment that we're playing with is better than others. So if you share that with others, then somebody will recognize what you're doing and pull you up. That's just my little spiel for the day.
I
And I'm
love that.
definitely gonna be coming back in when I have the time because I miss this type of stuff, man. This positivity. I haven't seen it in the space in a while.
Yeah, man. Well, definitely glad you're back. Glad to hear that you are feeling better and take care of that health. And yeah, definitely come back, man. Stick around as long
Yeah,
as you want.
geez.
Glad you're feeling all right.
Yeah.
Go
Hey
ahead.
Jay, real quick, before we jump into the thing, or just if you want to set some time, I definitely want to wrap up the Breathe convention thing.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, and see
definitely.
what Matthew's thoughts were. You know, Carmen was there. It
I
was
see
a
Carmen
great
in the
connection. You
crowd
know,
today. What's up,
yo,
Carmen?
okay. So Jay, so she was looking absolutely stunning. I mean, just out of this world. She's walking around like a complete boss, clipboard in hand, just calling all the
Nice.
shots. Carmen, what's
GM guys, oh my God, we woke up early in Vegas, Turbo.
I know.
We
I
went to
know.
bed early
We went
too.
to
We
bed
were so
early.
good.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
Now
Party poopers.
we do know that there's a thing called Vegas early. Vegas early is if you live on the East Coast, Vegas early is not early at all.
It's completely early. These conferences need to start at noon,
Agreed.
but we had a great time. Last night I attended a Microsoft VC pitch event, and today we're doing a pool party. There's a karaoke party. It's just like so energetic to see everybody come into town and so many familiar faces. But then we got to meet a lot of cool new people, you know. Turbo and I got to meet Cuba and see Sophie, the AI robot, and see
Nice.
the interviews go down. I brought down some state legislature politicians and people who are running for campaign for this upcoming year. And we had great conversations about things that were changing in Nevada. But I think with 5 stages at one conference, there was more than enough to do. And Turbo and I made sure that we made our rounds.
Nice. That's awesome to hear. I love to hear that, and I love that you're at breakfast this morning, Carmen. Glad to hear your voice.
I'm happy to be here, Jay.
Whoop, whoop. Matthew, what's your take on the Breathe convention?
What's cracking? I had a great time. Sorry I jeeted out of there a little early, Carmen. I had to catch my flight and missed saying goodbye to you, but here's a virtual hug anyways. And to you, Turbo, it was so great to meet you in person. And just, it was a really solid vibe, like really good people all around, happy to make some new friends and deepen other connections. Thought it was definitely, in a great spot. Like the way that we're progressing with these events is just really been cool in my opinion. Jay, the first time we met was last year in Vegas, and I was telling people that I was so nervous about just going up to random people and talking, and like I had no idea what I was doing at my first, like, baby's first conference, right? And now I'm like there, and there's family, right? There's
Hell
people who I want to hang out with and people I want to see. And so it was great. It was a fantastic time. And that Sophia the robot is still creepy as all hell. So I say that in loving way. Love AI and all that stuff, but that thing is just super creepy.
I love AI too. Did you meet Ben? Was Ben up there?
The
Ben
guy,
Gorchel?
yeah, the guy who like
I know the guy.
programmed or engineered her.
Yeah,
Yeah, Ben Gorchel.
I think he was there. I will say the highlight for me was winning a Meta Rides car during Hermes discussion. It was really cool. We all had to look under our chairs, and I had the winning ticket, so I was super excited about it. And I'm excited to see what car I get. It's gonna be cool.
Dude, that's awesome. Congratulations. Shout out to those guys. I know Hermie was he was speaking, and I think Turbo like live streamed it, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Turbo was one row behind, or he was one row in front of where the winning ticket would have been, but I sat behind him. So
nice. Well, congratulations. That's fun. I'm excited for those guys. And you know, their partnership with Unstoppable Domains. You guys know that I do quite a bit of tweeting for them, and things that they've been doing with the partnerships and the announcements and all that kind of stuff. And just, you guys know, when a lot of times when I do that, they throw me some credits, and so that's one thing I love doing, is giving out some credits, and it's definitely time to do that. So I'm gonna put out a post today at some point, and someone in the Web3 Breakfast community will give you some credits so that you guys can go ahead and get some of your digital identity domains that you want to get without having to pay any money for it. QR Drone, you got your hand up. GM fam, how we feeling?
Yeah, GM, I can't believe that I'm sitting here in Vegas and I just go through my normal X groups and I just happen to press this button and oh my God, I got all the people here from Breathe. So Matthew, you're the guy who won. I turned over my chair and all I got was a do not remove this tag.
That was the best part, dude. Every person ripped off those tags, the like "do not remove" tags. They like everyone reached down, like ripped them out, like we won, but we're all going to jail.
So anyway, this was by far the most important convention I've been to in my entire life. I built more relationships than I could have otherwise built in 10 years. I got Cuba to hug me because I am building out all of my products for him, for his daughter, for diabetes. I spend about 90% of my time giving stuff away. And oh my God, the audience, the guy who invented the DVR, Bruce, who was with every movie theater in the world, a guy who developed security for NFTs in movies and music. I mean, it just one after another. Just so impressed with the brains in that room.
Man, that's fantastic to hear. I love when you get a chance to go to an event, right? And I've seen, like, I've witnessed it myself, right? So I know the feeling. But for me at this point, in like listening to you, and I don't know how many crypto and NFT conventions you've been to, but I have definitely talked to hundreds, if not thousands, of people that, you know, conference that, you know, whatever conference I was at was their first time, and you just see that excitement, right? When someone, it just like the whole ethos clicks into someone's soul of the importance of these conventions and conferences, and how they set you up with networking, relationships, whatever, communities. It's so amazing to watch, like, you know, a Web3 fanatic get born. And again, man, I don't know how long you've been in the space, but it was super, I don't know, refreshing to get that kind of excitement when you've been in for a while and you rode the wave. You know, you get jaded at some point, and you love hearing people that get really excited about these events, man. So I love hearing that.
Well, on top of that, I'm running a candidate. So if you're from Nevada, please take the hashtag #ElectTheGreatParade. I am running a wonderful candidate for U.S. Senate, and Christine asked me to bring him up on the stage. but you never embarrass a politician. And he's not up to speed on this whole Web3 and crypto. So I wouldn't put him in an uncomfortable position. But I did read, he's running for U.S. Senate, but I didn't, the senator that did speak, quite a nice guy, very sharp, and he's in the state Senate. So it was, I mean, I couldn't have thought of anything better. I just couldn't. I'm speechless.
That's awesome. Hey, if your buddy needs a little blockchain lesson, send them our way. You can send them to my DMs. We've got plenty of options. People that are in our community that are very well qualified. People like Matthew, to be able to help people navigate things. And then there's other of us that have been in the space that kind of know some of the what would you say? The
idiosyncrasies.
Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. The idiosyncrasies of this industry. And so, yeah, man, we're more than willing to teach anybody. That's the whole goal of everything that we do is, kind of bringing people into our space in a positive educational way that makes sense. And, we try to mitigate as much as that getting wrecked as possible. Like, we talked about, it is the cost of your education. But, the whole goal is to save as many people from having to feel those pains as possible. All right. I know, Turbo, you got your hand up.
One last,
Go ahead.
Last thing. Last thing, because I know we got our workout and
Yes,
we got to get in this conversation. I have to apologize to Matt and Jacob, his friend. I think it's his buddy. I don't know. I might have come a little hot when I was talking to Jacob. My girlfriend got on me a little bit. She said I came in a little aggressive with him. I'm sorry, Matt, if that was your buddy.
It's okay. I totally had just met him myself. But it actually ended up being like really funny because he thought like he was being interviewed. Turbo did this amazing job of just being like, tell me what Web3 is. And it kind of like stopped, like this poor guy's like deer in the headlights look like, and he's at this conference trying to sell at his booth and Turbo's like really interested in whatever it is he's selling. And so Turbo's just like talking to him about it. And it was actually pretty funny. So he wasn't deterred at all, but it was very like characteristic, and it was kind of it was like a punked thing, but like it was pretty funny.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it. I've seen Turbo in action. He will go at a pace that is a little faster than normal up to somebody and start asking questions. And there's no like, it doesn't need to be scripted, which is fantastic. He's just really good off the cuff like that. I love that. That's one of the things that I love about when we shot some content in New York together, was just his ability to just go up and ask a question. Didn't matter. All right, let's get to our workout. This is let's call it like a flashback. Not a flashback. There's a little old school something for you.
What you doing? Push-ups?
Push-ups.
Oh,
it's Friday.
Let's go.
Push-ups.
I got these push-ups. Friday. Hell yeah. Oh. Damn, I don't know what to do with my wrist.
I got eggs, bacon, waffles, toast. Eggs, bacon, waffles, toast. Eggs, bacon, waffles, toast. Web3 breakfast, Jay Chains is the host. Good morning. What's up, Jay Chains? Turbo made it co-hosting. Yeah, they do their thing. If you savvy Web3, GM, grab a plate and a seat. Let's begin. If you got something to say, come and grab a mic. We got one rule, no douchebag. Alright. Retweet the room, bring some friends. If you start to talk, you gon' stay to the end. Retweet the room, bring some friends. If you start to talk, you gon' stay to the end. Monday through Friday, we got the Soro, 10 a.m. Eastern Spaces with the purpose. All about the community focus, they deserve it. Come and speak your mind with no regrets, but you serve us. Pizza on Friday, working off midway. Get the blood pumping, Web3 music is thumping. I got eggs, bacon, waffles, toast. Eggs, bacon, waffles, toast. Eggs, bacon, waffles, toast. Web3 breakfast, Jay changes the host with the most. Retweet the room, bring some friends. If you start to talk, you gon' stay to the end. Retweet the room, bring some friends. If you start to
There we go. It's Friday, baby. Got to earn those slices today. Earn those slices. It's pizza day, baby. It's Friday. I love Friday. Whew. Who's going to have pizza tonight? I know I am.
Definitely doing pizza.
Are you going to have airport pizza, or are you going to wait until you get back to Nashville?
You're gonna have to hit about 100 more push-ups to get rid of them pizza slices. I'm just letting you know. I mean, you know what? Fuck it, man. It's pizza day, ain't it? Speaking of pizza, I'm actually in the home of the world's greatest pizza. Sorry, Italy. Sorry, New York. But Detroit, you know what I'm saying? Detroit's got some of the best pizza out here. I don't know. Maybe it's just I'm a little biased because, you know, my family's up here, but I don't know. Detroit, and if I say one thing that Detroit has for sure, is great restaurants. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll go to play like in Miami, bro. You got to have a reservation, right? Which if you do like a crypto event, is you're not getting a reservation. If there's a big event in Miami, it's next to impossible to get a reservation at like Komodo, they're like Swans or Carbones. You know what I'm saying? Michigan, man, I swear they have such a diverse selection of food. You know, you can go Middle Eastern, you can go, you know, fucking anywhere. Asian. It's like they take the best foods from each country or each cities, I'm sorry, the states, and then they bring them back here and they open up business, man. And it's like, you know, they go to places, they like the food, they're like, oh, we're bringing this back home, you know.
You know what places like that too is Louisville. So we've been doing a little bit of driving, you know, since we've been living in Georgia, you know, back up to Chicago. We went up to Michigan once this year. And Louisville's like a great stop. It's like a really good stopping point on the way up or down. And I'll tell you what, it's a really cool city. That whole like distillery road that they got, plus, and then they got this new section called New Louisville. That's like the vibe, man. It's kind of like, I get like Austin vibes in like this little section that we like to hang out in. And so that's a dope place. And it's the same kind of thing. And one of the locals was telling me the last time we were there that I think per capita, they have more restaurants than anywhere else.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Louisville?
Yeah.
Shit, I ain't been to Louisville in a minute. I gotta go.
Yeah, but they got like same thing, man. Like anything you want, Peruvian, Jamaica, like everything, literally everything. So check out Louisville.
Hey, yo, Jay Chain, did you say Austin, Texas?
Yes. Yeah, I lived in Austin for like a decade.
You are absolutely right. And I was thinking the same thing because me and my girl, she's from Ohio, and we passed through there coming back to Alabama. And I felt the exact same thing. And I was trying to place where it was because I was stationed in Fort Hood, Saline, for 5 years. So I stayed down in Austin. You are absolutely right.
Before it got weird,
Austin, Texas.
Yeah, before it got a little crazy, and that was like right around the time that we moved out too. There was like something where, I mean, it was nuts. Like the mayor of Austin, Steve Adler, at this point, he had said like, you know, camping was legal on the streets, and it was basically about the homeless, and then like that like destroyed the downtown area, and like. While it was a horrible thing to do, ultimately what that ended up doing was causing the conversation, which I think at this point fixed the issue of, you know, the encampments that were there, like in the downtown area, like in some of the most pristine parts of that downtown. And so that was right around the time we left, though. So from what I understand, it's a lot different, but still, Austin, Texas, baby. That is a beautiful little place. That was not something that. You know, when we moved there, like again over 10 years ago, like I didn't expect it to be as cool as it was.
Yeah, you was moving in when I was coming out. I left there back in 2005.
Okay, yeah, just a little bit after. Nice, man. All right, transforming wealth into global good. Nikki, I know you said that you know this kind of topic really hits home. What do you mean by that? Or like you're passionate about it?
Well, I mean, you know, I think that most of the time I probably talk about this ad nauseum on spaces, and I haven't been on a space in a while. I took a little break from them. But I think that is specifically the reason why I came into Web3 and crypto, working on the project I'm on, because I saw potential for more good to be done and people to relate to the industry, I guess you would call it, or the space, knowing that they could do the same things or more with cryptocurrency, giving back to their communities, building their communities. When I retweeted the room, I said that ROI doesn't necessarily have to be money. ROI could be building your community. It could be you know, making sure, like starting a nonprofit. It could be making sure that your neighbor is taken care of. It doesn't necessarily have to be financial. I mean, the financial ROI is great, but it allows you the opportunity to give more back, like more to your community. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, you know, I had a buddy, and this is something, you know, I hadn't thought of in a while. And so he did back in the bull run of 2017, before the collapse of that we all kind of remember, if you were back that far, you know, he did pretty well in the, you know, in the run. And so, you know, one of the things that he did to give back is that he would find local plumbers that, and for whatever reason, I don't know why, but it was plumbers. And, you know, he would find, you know, the guys that had a shitty van, or, you know, you just find a story where they had shitty tools or whatever, and he would like help them out. And like, that was his thing. It's like, you know, here's a new van. And, you know, maybe he would cut a deal, which is like, you know, give me 5% of, you know, your company or whatever, but here's a brand new van, whatever. And like, he was using, you know, what he could to empower the local community or local entrepreneurs to hopefully make them feel better and get more work, do more, be bigger and better and all that stuff. Or maybe, you know, give the ability to hire somebody else so that, you know, they can scale their business up or whatever. You know, there's so many things that, you know, really that, you know, we, as if we're fortunate enough in this next run, and again, we're talking about these things now, but it's really setting it up for, you know, into the 2025 and beyond. But you know, it's just to have the discussion now, right? Just to be able to, you know, not only help yourself, but help the people that are around you, help the people that you care about, help your local community. A rising tide should float all boats, if you can make it, if you can help it. Turbo, you got your hand. And then I know NFT Go, I do want to say happy, I don't know, is it happy anniversary or happy birthday?
I mean, either works for me.
Well, happy birth anniversary.
Thank you. Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt the conversation. But yeah, thank you. And it was great talking with you in the space yesterday with Betty.
Yes, that was fun. Thank you for inviting me to that.
Yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys there some more. Is it okay if I pin up our anniversary tweet so that 100%. Way people can just check it out if they want? We don't have to talk about it.
Yeah, no, 100%. And you can, I mean, talk a little bit about it. That's fine.
Yeah, well, so basically we just announced our second anniversary, and with that we also announced our Genesis NFT campaign. There's not much details on it yet, but if you guys want to interact with the tweet, give it some love and just keep an eye out. We got a bunch of new updates to the site. You know, bulk listing, sweeping the floor functions, alert features. It's pretty cool, all the stuff that we've added. We feel like we're almost complete and almost checked off all the things on our roadmap, which is why we're now comfortable announcing the Genesis NFT. But yeah, we're here for the long run, baby, and we're super stoked to have all this hard work finally be coming to fruition. It feels good.
Nice. And speaking of, you know, while we do have you here, if you guys, you know, one thing that we do like to check in up on, and it is on our website, so you can check it whenever you want, or we'll report on it during the show. The market sentiment over on NFTgo.io is at 17. And our number, I tell you what, the one thing that we've really been looking at and I've been paying attention to, and really why I wanted to do this was to figure out when the NFT market's going to start making a comeback. And I feel like this is a really good metric to do it, is that 30-day profit and loss report. And so, you know, we've seen this thing again from, you know, up in the 10% down to 7 something. And it is rebounded a little bit. You know, it's 8.6 up from 7.7%. So I'm not sure if we're, you know, rounding the curve right now, but, you know, at some point we will find that true bottom. And then from there, once we see that ratio, in my opinion, of like around 20%, then I think we'll probably be heading in the right direction. So.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm wondering if it's because there's stuff going on in Singapore and Korea right now. There's a bunch of cool IRL events. I'm not sure if that's causing this pump, but we've seen a few collections have successful mints lately. Crazy Friends had a successful mint. Mm-hmm. The Sugartown Auras had a successful mint. So I've got a little hopium right now. Hopefully things are going to slowly start to turn around.
Man, you and me both, brother. You and me both. And I think how many people we got in the space? I think like 30 or something like that. Yeah. Every single one of us are looking for the markets to turn around a little bit. So man, I appreciate you being here. Happy anniversary, birth anniversary, Turbo. Oh, and let's crush that mint whenever. Just keep us posted on the dates because you're a fan. Turbo, sorry.
Yeah, I want to get in on that for sure. I definitely get on that. No, I just kind of going back to what we were talking about. I kind of wanted to talk about, like helping people, right? Like one of the biggest problems, like in helping people, is that we try to use our own experiences to help others, right? So like it's called theory of mind, right? Where we believe based on our experiences and beliefs that we know about their life and that we can help them. And a lot of times, it doesn't really help the people. It kind of causes more burden, right? Like, you think like, oh man, like, like giving someone a vehicle, if they don't have the other steps to go with that, like, you got to pay for your insurance and now you have to budget for gas and, maintenance and all of these things, it can become a burden, you know what I'm saying? And it might not even be something that they, that they need, so I just think that, one thing when it comes to helping people, I think if we get into a good practice of just asking people like how we can help, instead of just trying to help.
That's a really good point.
Yeah, well, speaking of helping people, I think your buddy, don't you know Duncan.eth? Isn't he your buddy?
Yeah. We actually had him on the show yesterday, and we were talking about gyronauts.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to bring up. I didn't know who he was, but he and I connected after our space on Thursday, and their mint is about to pop off here in a few hours. So, I mean, I guess you guys already know about it, but if you're interested in helping people through the blockchain, it seems like that's what these guys are trying to do. So it's worth a look.
Definitely. Yeah, I think 2:30 p.m. their mint space starts. So that is today, 2:30 p.m. Eastern. So, yeah, in just a couple hours from now. So yeah, check that out. Yeah, that was Duncan. He's head of product over there, and we had him on the show yesterday. Definitely enjoyed chatting with him. I've known him from a while, several conferences now, and definitely ape fam. He's got a Bored Ape. I've got the mutant, but that doesn't mean anything. That's just an observation. All right, Turbo.
Are we gonna do pizza orders? Because we haven't done that yet. Like what people are gonna be getting on their pizzas today.
Yes. And then we're going to end, we'll end the show because it's been several Fridays, but we have to do it. And so it'll get, while you run through pizza orders, I'm going to queue up the segment, Pointer Pastry, because it's been a few Fridays since we've done that. And that's a Friday segment.
Pointer Pastries.
Yes!
So.
That is going to be definitely. So let's talk pizza orders. My pizza order, I'm going to go with regular crust. I'm going to do regular crust, sauce, cheese, bacon, pepperonis, and green peppers is going to be the hitter on that. There's something about when the green peppers and the bacon, when they mix, absolutely delicious. Matthew, what's on your pizza order?
It's gonna be. I need like a fatty crust. I do love a fatty crust. No cheese in there though. I think that's kind of gnarly. And then just a pepperoni. I just love a good solid pepperoni pizza. I like Turbo's bacon and peppers piece though, so I'll toss that on there.
Let's go. I love pizza order.
I'm doing a caramelized crust. You know what I'm saying? Try just cheese, bro. I'm a very basic, simple kind of guy. A lot of probably cheese, a hamburger meat, pineapples. I love pineapples. Jalapenos. I like it spicy. Pizza with the marinara sauce and then the barbecue on top, and then probably a little sprinkle of chickens and onions. That's it.
That sounds good.
Wingman, what's your pizza order?
The buffalo chicken wing, of course.
Oof. QR done right. What's your pizza order, family?
Well, it's got to be sausage, and I agree that the pineapples are the best. And then black olives and black olives and black olives.
Going heavy on the black olives. I like that. NFT Go, what's your pizza order, family?
Yo, it's so funny. He just requested black olives so many times. I go supreme, everything on it except for black olives, and then add ricotta.
Fantastic. We're just gonna take your black olives and throw them on to Wingman's Pizza. Yo, Carmen, Crypto, what's your pizza order?
It's gotta be stuffed crust, Matt. Don't unfriend me. All meat with black olives.
Oh, everyone black olives. Ethereal Barbie, pizza order.
It's gotta be brick oven pizza, margarita pizza, extra fresh buffalo mozzarella.
Oh, damn.
Dang.
Hell yeah. 7-4K. If he's not changing a diaper, what's your pizza order?
I have my pizza order already because I couldn't wait until today. I got it last night. It's I got a pepperoni, a brick oven pizza, and a meat lovers.
Ooh.
Yes. And J Chain, pizza order family.
Yeah, definitely. Like the brick oven fans, definitely brick oven, double pepperoni, with some chopped up fresh garlic and banana peppers. Boom. Love that. So into that.
All right. And fantastic. Everybody has their pizza orders in. Guys, be on the lookout for your pizza. They should be delivered right at the time that you place the order and make your payment with your local pizza place. They'll get those right out to you guys. And this is Pizza Party Friday. Thank you all for participating. And I hope somebody tries something new today. And now it's time for porn or pastry.
Yes, it is.
JJ's.
All right. So we got a good one, I think. Now remember, this is it could be, it's porn or pastry is just obviously the name of the segment. Now it could be a beverage. It could be, not a dessert, just a food item, right? And so the general idea is food items. And so here we go. Do we have any? Let's get our. So still our closing music, but we'll just go out on this. All right. The chocolate covered milkshake. 7.
What did you say?
Chocolate covered milkshake.
That's a pastry.
Nope, it's a porn.
All right, wingman porn. Jared.
I'm going porn.
Yep. Matt.
Prawn.
Just a huge golf shrimp. Turbo.
I'm going to go with pastry.
Okay. Nikki.
Porn.
Yeah, I love.
Yeah, I don't do porn no more. I stopped that a couple months ago. So, yeah, pastry, man.
Okay. Carmen. Chocolate covered milkshake.
Team pastry.
Team pastry. QR drone.
Pastry.
Pastry. All my pastry people want it. Obviously, a chocolate milkshake with some hot chocolate sauce on the top. So double chocolate. There you go. It rounds it out for your Friday. Anybody doing anything fun?
God.
Anything? What time's your flight, Turbo? When you headed back?
Flies at 3:00 this time, so it'll be 6 p.m. Eastern time, which is a long day.
You gotta.
I gotta drive back to Ohio, so it's gonna be one heck of a day.
There you go. The Web3 the Web3 breakfast community is behind you. Maybe we'll do a space or something, and we'll chit chat with you on your drive back up. Plus, we got. Plus, if you are in the Ethereal Nodes community, we are doing some trivia today. So make sure that you're tapped in if you're in that community. What else we got?
When's trivia?
It will be at 5 p.m. Eastern. If you are in the community, gotta be in the community already, though.
Well, the team name by Bitcoin has been taken, so.
If you want to be in the community, if you have questions about it, you guys can DM me.
There you go. QR drone, what you got for us before we head out here?
Yeah, so many people in Web3 are concerned about doing good things for humanity. I want to leave this group with a couple thoughts. I lost my daughter at 38 years old to breast cancer, and on her deathbed, she said, "Dad, I want you to pay it forward with random acts of kindness." So if you're on Facebook, I own the hashtag 41Angel because she was born on April 1st. And when somebody says, "What do you do for a living?" and I said, "I try to save half the world," they laugh in my face. And then they realize that my expression is not changed because my mentor is the obnoxious Howard Stern's roommate Ed Randall, the voice of Major League Baseball. And since I was cured 9 years ago, I help him with his charity called fansforthecure.org. And if you want to throw out the first pitch anywhere in the United States, let me know. Because on Father's Day, we put out 167 events across all of Major League Baseball to raise the awareness that 1 in 6 men are going to die with prostate cancer. It's 98% curable with a simple blood test. But old Bannon and his tactlessness, I coined the phrase, no man should die from stubbornness. Yet 28,000 men were not at the Thanksgiving Day table because their wives and girlfriends didn't care enough to force them to go have a blood test. So let me leave you with that thought and those prayers.
My man, hey, let's make sure we link up in the back channels, man. We definitely want to do what we can to help out the organization, be a part of that. I'm gonna go get my blood tested, man. There's no way that's gonna take me out. That's not happening. All right, guys. On that note, have a wonderful weekend. Oh, Mac, what you got for? Hey, Machiavelli, my dude, what's up, fam? You sneaking in here at the end?
How you doing, my man? Hey, man, thanks for having me. I just want to say, can I avoid prostate cancer if I have it like milk regularly? Like, you know what I'm saying? If it's like, taken care of, like I can avoid prostate cancer, right?
Well, we'll just go. We'll let that blood test do the work. No self-medicating here. Well, I mean, let's self-medicate. Come on, who am I kidding? Let's go.
There actually has been a study done that if you use it, I think it is like more than 3 times a week. If you're ejaculating more than 3 times a week, your risk of prostate cancer go down by like 50%. So that the phrase "if you don't use it, you lose it" is actually true in this case.
All right, and and they're talking about losing your life. Interesting. All right, well, use
what
it
kind
or
of
lose
pizza
it.
you gonna have, Jay James?
What's that?
What kind of pizza you gonna have today?
Oh, double pepperoni, fresh garlic, and some banana peppers. What about you?
It's steak, bacon, chicken, and pepperoni with garlic cream sauce and extra cheese.
That sounds delicious. I'm gonna probably have to
It
have
is
something
really
like that. That sounds good. All right, golly, now I'm starving. I wasn't even hungry until I started hearing that. Mac, I appreciate you popping here at the end. I appreciate everybody coming in here, guys. What a fantastic week. Make sure you tap in with everybody that's here in this space working hard right now. The bottom of the bear. Make sure up in the top nest, up in the jumbotron, the nest, or whatever we call it. Is that post from
Space Station.
Thank you. It's a brain thing. It's not going up there for some reason, no matter what I do.
It'll click. It'll click.
Extron.
Yeah, the jumbotron, the X space station. One of these days, guys, we'll get it. Anyway, do something awesome this weekend, and we'll be back on Monday for more Web3 breakfast, like we are every weekday, 10 a.m. Eastern. We're gonna head you out. I'm gonna play that whole Nessie song. So if you wanted to stick around, you'll hear the parts you didn't get to last night or yesterday afternoon. But you guys have a great weekend. We'll see you.
Hey, yo, Jay Chain, before you do that, if I may, hey, Machiavelli, can you follow me back? I was trying to get in contact with you. I forgot the name until I heard that voice. So if you